Bullshit anyhow.
Welcome back to the Gaymeboyz channel.
I'm Johnny.
And I'm Tim.
And today we're here with a Q&A.
So we thought, since we didn't really have that many Valentine's videos, that we would do the Q&A during the month of February because, you know, we are a couple and a lot of the questions were regarding us together. So if you're curious to how we have questions, we actually polled on our Instagram and kind of asked, you know, what questions you guys would want us to answer in a future Q&A video.
Yes.
So thank you to everybody who submitted your questions. And if you want to maybe ask questions in the future, be sure to follow us both on Instagram.
Indeed. So Timmy shared some of the questions, but I don't know all of them. So this is
Yeah,
exciting.
I don't know a lot of them. We did not answer them or like go over how we're gonna answer anything.
This is...
So like, I don't remember what any of them are either. But first, Johnny.
Yes.
Where did you get those ears?
Oh, you mean my soul ears? Well, I will tell you about these lovely ears that also are reversible because on this side you get Mr. Mittens, but on the back, it's Soul Cat. And I actually made these ears. These were Happy Meal toys to promote Soul. They're like little plushes, and I cut off the tail and then just hot glued them to a headband to make Mr. Mittens ears, which I think are so cute.
Okay, so after kind of like looking through most of them, we thought we would do some of the non-Disney ones first because they're more so about us and, you know, Valentine's Day. So the one we got the most was How We Met.
How Tim and I met was actually, we met in 2010, and we met on an online dating app.
Yeah.
Which goes to show you that online apps, if used correctly and appropriately, you can find true love if you put into the app what you get. I don't know. It's been since 2010 since I dated, so like I don't know what dating's like in 2021, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
But I know in 2010 when we met, like, it was apps were not, like, it was hard to meet people on apps that were like meaningful relationships.
Yeah. So I kind of started the conversation. I said, hey.
And I said, sup? And then look at that. But we actually met on an app on a Friday night, Saturday, and then our first date was that next Monday. So like, I wasted no time because I was like, listen, this is like a cute guy, he seems like legit, he's normal, he's funny, and I was like, we don't need to like waste any more time chatting on the app. Let's just like meet up, see if like there's actually a real life connection, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. And it was nice because like we're kind of a little bit opposite. Like he's more the extrovert, I'm more the introvert.
True.
So like that pairing is always good, right?
Right.
Alright, so the next one is, what do you do for a living? So
I'm laughing at my own answer.
So I've worked in the medical field for the last 16 years. So as of like the last 2 years, I made a switch, still medical, but now I do billing for a hospital.
What do I do for work? Well, currently I'm unemployed. Due to COVID, I am on furlough. But if it was not COVID times, I do marketing and press for the Broadway musical Hamilton and its national tours. Before I worked on Hamilton, I got to work on a lot of other shows like Mamma Mia, Avenue Q, In the Heights, and The Book of Mormon. So musical theater is a huge personal passion and interest of mine, but it was also a career. Right now during COVID, YouTube is my career in addition to a company I have with my friends called Choose Your Own Game Night, where we do customized game content. And so that is what I am balancing my time out with. But it's always such a weird question now because I'm like, currently nothing.
Well, I guess we kind of hit on this. One of the next questions is what were your lives like before COVID? So like, you know, he just said his work kind of thing. I'm kind of like a homebody, so honestly, it wasn't too much different. Like I've seen my friends a lot more before COVID, and you know, we were able to go to the parks and you know, sometimes we go to other amusement parks together or just have like in-person game nights. So that
Going to the movies.
Yeah, that was a very different thing. And I would actually have to go into work like 2 times a week in the office before COVID. And I worked from home the other days, so now it's just like I work from home now. And yeah.
I guess life before COVID is Tim and I didn't spend as much time together. Well, because working on like the tours, I would be traveling, right? Like, and that's how I've gotten to meet so many wonderful YouTube friends. Is I got to go to Philadelphia, and that's how I met Katie. I got to go to LA, and that's how I met like Reed and other people. So, and when I went to when the show went to Nashville, that's when I saw Heather. So it was like a very easy way to connect with people because I was just always on the road, and so. During like a normal work week during pre-COVID, like I would leave at like 4 a.m. in the morning to catch a flight, right? And like I would be gone for like 3 days or just jaunt to New York. And so like our lives and like was very different because we'd have to like schedule time in a different way together and like plan date nights.
And even filming was more was harder because we would like, that's why we did so many videos kind of like separately because he was never home, so it was like me. I was like, well, I'll just film.
Right, and like we were like, well, we'll shoot when we can, or like I would try to shoot. There were even videos I would shoot from like Puerto Rico and places when I was traveling. So it's been different being together for more of our videos, and that's not a bad thing whatsoever. Like it's actually, I was saying to a friend yesterday that it's been really great to be with him during COVID because it just validates that I do enjoy spending time with him. You know what I mean? Like it's really nice to like know that after all these years, like I still enjoy hanging out with you and like being around you.
Yeah.
But like it's fun, we have new traditions now. So like we film normally on the weekends and like we'll cook dinner like a couple nights of the week together, and then like we have the nights that we always order out and like watch TV, certain shows. So it's like,
and then we have nights where, you know, cause like I like my alone time, so like he'll be in here playing video games and I'll have like my me time. Or like I'll take a bath and just like relax and, you know.
So it's been finding new ways to still like live separately and independently, but also with each other. So it's fun finding a new balance, which has been fun.
Mm-hmm. And then the next one we got quite a bit was, do you want kids? Hard answer together, 1, 2, 3. No!
And that changed because when we first...
Not for me.
Not for Tim, but like when we first started dating, I was always like, well, maybe someday. Like I don't want kids right now, but like I would just love to have a conversation someday. As I've gotten older now in my like grumpy old age, like I've just realized that I think I'm too selfish.
Yeah, like we like to go on vacations. We like to spend the money that we make on us and like Disney and like.
And I always said like I would be ready for kids one day when like I would be willing to part with all of like this stuff and like make this for a kid. And I'm not also I babysat or like and spent time with my friends' kids this summer, and I realized that kids are messy. They're not like orderly, and so like my ADD brain, like who likes everything like clean and like OCD.
It's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, and I also was like, Jeremy, is everything around your house always like sticky with crumbs? He's like, yes, that's what happens when we have like 7-year-olds. I'm like, I couldn't live in like perpetual crumbs, if that makes sense. So
and, like we have enough people in our lives that have kids, so like we could like, you know, play with theirs and then just hand them back away.
We get to be fun uncles.
Yeah, totally. So in the same kids category, you know, our little fluffy one is Tati. She's currently rolling in a ball right now because she had some catnip. But the question was, when did you adopt Tati? And it's a funny story because we will always remember this date. We were on the way to see a movie for a Good Time Call. We saw it after the fact and it was not good, so Tati was the highlight of that day. So we're just like on the way there, we're like, you know what, let's just stop and pause, just like see the kitties and just, you know.
Because we've been thinking about a pet for a while.
Yeah.
But we were just like, this movie, it was a free pass that we had to see the movie, and like we were like, we really don't want to see this.
Yeah, it didn't look that great, but we decided to go in a pause, and we like went through a bunch of different rooms, and we're like, they're cute, but we don't have that connection. So the very last room we went into, Tati was literally like the queen bee in that room. When I went in there, she was jumping all over and like rubbing out on my leg and stuff, and like I was talking to her and she was like doing her like, me, hey Tati, like that.
She's very responsive.
And she literally just like, I knew she was the one right away. Oh,
isn't that right, baby?
I love you too. Yeah, so it was just like such a sweet moment, and we're like, we have to get her because like the people there were like, you know, she's the dominant one in this room. She's kind of shady towards the other cats, and we're like, okay,
I like that.
This is gonna be a good, beautiful relationship.
And we will insert a photo of our first picture with Tati at Pause the day that we got her.
Yeah, so we've had her now for 9 years.
Oh, hairy baby.
So kitty. The next one is zodiac signs.
My birthday is May 14th, so I am a Taurus.
And mine's July 8th, so I'm a Cancer, which the logo is a crab, and
You are crabby.
sometimes.
But according to like astrology,
Well-
like Tim and I make a good match, which is nice.
Why did you start a channel?
I was trying to think about this because I think you read this question to me. I don't remember. I just remember like,
I think I know the answer.
okay.
So we were watching a lot of unboxings and just the joy they would exude when they opened it, and like we're like, we want to do that. Like even if like the channel like doesn't go anywhere, and like it's just fun to do. And like we ended up really liking it, and yeah, it just randomly happened. We're like, we're just gonna do like a video, and
Yeah, because like at that point in life, like I had always been into like since college, like video editing and like doing home movies and stuff, but never really did much with it and really didn't use YouTube as like a platform. I would do, actually, no, I used to edit a lot of dance videos. So like I would post to YouTube occasionally, but like I didn't have like a regular content schedule. And then Tim started showing unboxings, so we're like, we could do that. And like we could share a lot. And we wanted always something in a channel that like could encompass a lot of different things that we love, which is why we promote Disney game lifestyle and populated content here, because like we just wanted it to, always wanted to be able to do whatever we wanted to.
and we didn't see any gays really like in the
Right.
Disney community, and we're like, I mean, maybe we'll be like some of the first, or
Because when we started YouTube back in October
2018.
of 2018, I will say that the community was predominantly women. And that's still a fact. I think there's way more
there's
women.
a lot of couples.
But there's a
now.
lot more couples. There's a lot of like straight couples. There's more LGBTQ couples. Less like it is the community. I would say since we started has grown, and it has been really positive to see that enriching like diversity in our YouTube community, which has been really fun.
Okay, so someone jumbled 3 questions in one, so this is going to be a speed one.
Okay,
Because there's a lot of questions. Favorite color?
blue.
Mine would be green. Favorite movie?
Big Business.
I would say Mean Girls. Favorite fictional character?
Favorite fictional character.
What is fictional? Does that mean not real?
Yeah.
I always get that wrong. Baymax.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
just-
at like my Funko. You know what? I'm gonna say favorite fictional character. Let's go with Harry Potter, because that's the like I'm trying to think of like someone like whose world I love.
And I'm sticking with Disney because Baymax.
Ha! Well, not Harry Potter himself. God, that's a bad answer. I don't like my Harry Potter answer. Favorite fictional character? I'm gonna say Wally then. I don't know. That's a hard question.
It is hard. Okay, so moving on. These are kind of like Disney-ish questions, but like sprinkled in with some like about our channel.
Oh, YouTube question.
Yes. So this first one is, what is something you guys find challenging about having a YouTube channel? I would say being consistent, because we do a lot of unboxings. We rely on those boxes for content, and with COVID, it's been really challenging to have them arrive like when we're expecting them. So like having those be consistent has been hard. So we've kind of had to, make other videos just to have, content, and some of those videos are very time consuming. Like when we do collection tours, it's like we have to move all of them here and then like film and then sometimes like edit into it, and sometimes it takes a while. So that would be like one of my most challenging.
I would say the challenging thing would be to remain true to what you want to do and not get caught up in like the numbers. Everything we do and put on the channel, like it's something that we care about, we love, and we're proud of. And there are certainly things, as Timmy was saying, that take more time and effort into putting together. And sometimes those videos don't get as many views as other videos. And I've never cared about that, or we've never cared about that. And because as long as we're producing what we love and what we're proud of, like that's all that matters. And so it's hard when some people like or like ask you like, well, did you care about those views? I'm like, no, I really don't. Like, would I have loved more people to see it? Absolutely. Is it a problem that they didn't? No. As long as we're being authentic to ourselves and producing content. That's
to be like completely honest, we have kind of seen, or like, I don't know, having gay in our YouTube name, I think is off-putting to certain people. So like, obviously we know it's 2021, not everybody's like as accepting, and
that's okay, to each their own viewpoints.
Yeah, but like the people that have accepted us and, you know, embraced us is very, very special to us, and it helps us, you know, want to continue putting out videos. And, you know, like things people talk about all the time, like, oh, I got a dislike. It's like, we don't care about that.
And I think you bring up a good point too, that like we've always been 100% upfront about who we are as like a couple, and that we are in a gay relationship, and that we are pro LGBTQ plus like feeling. And so it's just, we've never shied away from that. I think that the most challenging part was just, I don't want to say like that was challenging, but it's like owning that and being authentic to ourselves was always something that we wanted to do on our channel and never shy away from. Yeah. And if people weren't open to that, we respect that decision and we'll continue being in our lane.
But a good side of that also is there's two of us, so
yes,
it makes it a lot easier. Like a lot of people I've heard saying, you know, it's hard to like film, edit, plan, blah, but it's like, it's really nice because, you know, like he edits some videos, I edit some videos, we both respond to comments. Like, we feel like if someone's gonna take the time out of their day to comment, like, we should respond back. And like,
we enjoy it.
Yeah, we do a lot. And like, there's two of us, so it's a lot easier.
Yes, and we do like kind of unspokenly will balance like taking care of the channel and managing it. And so that is, I will say, for content creators that have to do like, let's say Vlogmas by themselves, yeah, we divide the videos up and we can handle it that way, but like it is a lot. And so it is nice to have another person that you can rely on to like, or if like you've been sick and stuff, or like we've not like felt up to it, like we can cover each other, which is a good it's teamwork.
Yeah, and we have kind of like some videos backlog just in case, you know, that happens. One of us feels sick. You know, like sometimes we might not want to film every weekend kind of thing, so it's nice. So we have a whole bunch of Disney questions. I didn't write these down because I figured we could just go through some of them. Somebody asked how many ears we have.
I'll have to count and get back to you.
Yeah, we'll put the number up here, but it's a lot.
And that's over a short period of time that we discovered that we were ear people.
Yes. And then this one's a good one. It says, if you could play any character in the Disney parks, who would you choose?
Well, fun fact, I used to like do part-time work as like costume characters, and I will include some photos and videos of some of my performances in this video, but I used to like love promo work because I loved being a costume character. Well, because I openly got told by my friend who worked at Disney that I would never be like a face character, that based on my height, because I'm like 5'. And age. I am like too short to be like a face character, and also I just don't think I look like anybody. So like they were always like, you would be at like 5'8", like Chip or Dale height, I think they said I was. And so if I could be anyone, I would love to be Baymax. To be inside that inflatable suit, I feel like you'd have room, you're not too hot, and you get to like control the eye. I'd be Baymax, that'd be fun.
I would say, well, I'm probably too tall to be Sadness.
You are too tall to be Sadness.
I don't want to be a prince because that's too much interacting.
Too much waving. You're technically Goofy height. You're like that tall.
Yeah, I could do that. Like,
You're Pluto. You can be Goofy or Pluto, truthfully.
I would say Goofy is more fun because, like, I could go. That's like literally all I'd say. This is a good one. If money time was not an issue, describe your dream Disney trip.
If money and time weren't an option, easy. I would want to do a month-long vacation, and I would want to go to every single park in a month. Like, I'd want to go to all, like, start in, like, in California, go from land, and actually, you know what? I would want to go in the order that they were built. So I would go Disneyland, Disney World, then I would go to Tokyo.
No, I wouldn't want to, like,
really
jump on a plane to frickin' Tokyo and then go back to the United States and then go back to the.
No, I would do like Disneyland, Disney World, then I would go overseas. Or no, actually, if I'm in Florida, I might as well just go to Paris. So I'd go that way. I would go land, world, Paris, and then continue across to Tokyo and Hong Kong.
Traveling overseas is not the most fun. But I mean, if money wasn't an issue,
then you're in a pod.
Then yeah, we're definitely in one of those like beds. So that would be awesome. And then obviously we would, you know, get endless Disney treats.
We would have to
take photos with like every character.
We'd also need a separate like shipping service for all of our purchases across all the world park.
Unlimited fast passes.
We would literally have to, like, after we leave a park, send like just a box back to Chicago. We go to Florida, send another box. Because I wouldn't want to ship all that stuff from like around the world. Like, we'd have to have a courier back, a line FedEx back home. Because we would shop a lot. Can you imagine if we went to all the parks?
I know, right? So actually, I got this more than once. Who's your favorite from the Fab Five? Mine's easy, Donald, because, you know, crabby.
I'm gonna say Mickey. Just because, like, I don't like anyone else enough.
So, we've actually got this one more than once, too. It's asking if we have any Disney trips planned in 2021.
Possibly?
Right now, no. Yeah, there's always a possibility because I was lucky enough to get my second COVID vaccine because I work in medical. So I'm hoping that, you know, it's easier for a lot of people to get, i.e. John, and then we wouldn't really like have as much fear of traveling as we currently do.
And if Hamilton resumes in Los Angeles in 2021, I'll be going back there for work, which means that all of our Disneyland trips that Tim and I would bump up together. Because if I'm already
supposed to do.
Yeah, if I'm already in a place for work, like it's very easy to fly Tim out to join me, like on the weekend. So like I'll work in a city for a week and then Tim will join me, and so that's how we're gonna do Disneyland.
Yeah, and I could work from home.
Yeah.
So I could work like in Cali.
Hopefully we will get to go to Disneyland at least this year. Is fingers crossed, that's the plan. And then our Paris trip that we had scheduled in 2020, I want to do in 2022. So
yeah, they're still currently closed.
Yeah,
as of...
but that's like the 2-year plan, or 1 year now.
Oh, this is an interesting one. What two villains would make the best couple?
Who would I ship as a villain? Oh, that's fun. Okay, in terms of like power and like just rule, I think that Maleficent and Jafar would be a very good power couple because I feel like they're both strong like with magic and like sorcery, that like they would be fierce, and they're both like tall and skinny, like they'd like be attracted to each other.
I would say it's very interesting, but I want to see Gaston with Lady Tremaine.
I was gonna say Gaston with the evil queen because she's so vain. No. They're both so vain.
Because I think Lady Tremaine would be able to like put Gaston in check, and Gaston would kind of be like bragging to his buddies, "Hey, I'm doing this old lady."
She right?
He's totally that guy that would like brag about, you know,
that he has a cougar as a girlfriend.
Yeah, and, like, she's paying for everything.
She's a sugar mama.
She
yes.
lives in a big house. Like I would live for
I support that. I like Lady Tremaine as a cougar. Like I support that. That's actually really funny.
She's totally What's your favorite pin in your collection? Love the channel. Thank you.
Our favorite pin?
God. We have like thousands.
Do we really?
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe.
It's bad when you don't know how many pins you have. Let's just start there.
Mine's a fantasy pin. I'll show it here, but this mixes two of my favorite things together. So mine is the Princess Tiana and Charlotte pin mixed with Clueless, because shout out to Pins by JP. I'll link him below. He makes amazing pins. But yeah, like Princess and the Frog has been rising and rising and rising on my list. I think it's probably like my 4th favorite princess movie, I would say. And, you know, Clueless paved the way for all of these awesome, like, 90s movies. And just, Charlotte is in it. You never see Charlotte. So that would be mine.
Mine is actually a fantasy pin that Tim gave me. It is the fantasy pin of Stitch and Scrump as Mario and a Goomba. Because I think that it combines the best of things that we love in terms of like Disney and like games. Like it like is the perfect epitome of like visual representation of like multiple fandoms.
Yeah. And like no hate towards like official Disney pins.
No, if I had
But just like fantasy pins are just, I don't know.
They're clever.
Yeah.
And they're just more...
Like we love mashups and like winkies. Like
Yes! I love a good like wink and nod. Can I ask a quick question during this Q&A? As like, and I've asked you this like before we're doing it on camera. If you had to pick between pins and Funko as only one collection gets to move forward and like you collect that for the rest of our like time, like what would it be? Funkos or pins? Pins or Funkos?
Probably pins.
I said pins too.
Just because like, you know, we love our Las Vegas and casinos.
Right.
So like mystery pins has been really like an anxiety reducer for me.
Yeah.
Because like we used to go to Vegas so much and like we would love...
Or even regional casinos in Chicago.
And just like that mystery pin thing for us added not only the element of surprise with gambling, but like
Disney and pins. It like checks all the boxes.
It's such a healer. And it's just been like such the saving grace during COVID times, which is why there's been so many pin unboxings on our channel.
It also doesn't hurt that they are just releasing like so many good pins.
And Loungefly literally came out of nowhere, swooped in the Disney game, and they're literally like some of our favorite.
And the irony is that like Disney and Loungefly are stealing fantasy pin ideas. So like it's a giant circle of like art imitating like fantasy pins in Disney. Like a circle of light pins when they move the pins. I feel like that's
awesome. Okay, Tati woke up. What is your favorite memory from your first Disney trip together?
Together?
I would say,
I know what that is.
Yeah, there was a really cool moment where I think we could find the video.
I have the video.
Is ours the same?
Yeah. I have that video.
So one of our friends, I'll let you say it.
So thankfully we have some wonderful friends that work at Disney, and they got us access to be in the VIP parade area to watch the parade, which if you have never seen a parade from like that, like first vantage point, like it changes how I felt about parades, because I was never like team parade normally, but like when you're in like a nice area, I was into it. And so there was a special surprise because we went for New Year's. Our first trip together was actually a New Year's Eve, so we celebrated going into 2000 and something into Disney, and one of my favorite memories was that as Santa came, he said hello to us.
Yeah.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, everyone! Hello there! I've been waiting all year to see you girls. Hello there! Thanks for being good all year. Hello, Tim. Hello, Jacob. Hello, Paul. Tell Suki happy holidays.
It was really sweet.
That was the first time that I had been at Disney during the holidays, and I had never seen the Osborne Family Lights display, and like I'd always wanted to, and Timmy had never seen it obviously, and so getting to see that and then having it not be around anymore was a really cool thing to share and have as a memory.
And we saw Wishes.
Yes, Wishes. Comment below if you enjoy Wishes or Happily Ever After more, because they're both great shows. But comment below if you like one better than the other.
Alright, and then another question we actually got quite a bit was, what's something you like other than Disney? And for me, it's always been reality TV. Like, I'm just like a sucker for like, you know, RuPaul's Drag Race, The Hills, American Idol back in the day. It's not so good now. But like in all those competition shows, I've literally watched the challenge, the Real World vs. Road Rules challenge, since day one. And like we still watch it as of now. We've got into Survivor, we love Big Brother. So like I would say for me it's like, you know, that like reality TV, like the Housewives we do still, and it's just like so fun. We could rewatch those too. Like,
I also will add for Tim's answer, I'm going to speak for him, that something else that Tim really loves is music. Tim's like music catalog and like how he consumes music is so much different than me who like listens to like one song and like meets show tunes. And so Tim's always like new music, and so watching like performances of like Glee or like Girlicious, like Tim, we love a good musical number, or like Zoe. So like Tim's music catalog I would say is also a huge passion.
There's not a day that goes by where I don't either watch some type of music performance video or like listen to music on my phone.
Music is like a huge one for you. I would say for me, video games is a huge part of my life. I enjoy my PlayStation thoroughly. Games like Fallout, games like Smite and Zelda, as I was talking about in previous videos, and Link, and that's not on my PlayStation. I love Watch Dogs. I loved Spider-Man. Like I love my like PlayStation. I love board games and like tabletop games in general with my friends. So games like Catan and Ticket to Ride and like Clue and all like tabletop games. I'm always yes and for tabletop games. Oh, and D&D, duh. Like I love RPG games. So like gaming as a whole, I know that's kind of like Gaymeboyz related, but
that's
like,
kind of how we
Disney.
went with our name.
Yeah,
because we're like, well, we want to consider, you know, all of his love for gaming, and we kind of figured it went in with like unboxings, and like we wanted to like have the channel be like both of us, so we're like, we're both boys,
right? And with BOYS was taken, so we had to go with the Z.
BOYS.
BOYS.
Oh. I was like, boys.
What collection are you most proud of? I just saw that question, I liked it. I think I'm most proud of what we have done with our pin collection. I think that the eye that Tim has for curating like collections, like we have a very solid pin collection that I'm very proud of. It's like it's substantial and it's thoughtful and it's very good.
Yeah, we do have a couple of videos this year where we're going to show some of our collections, so that'll be fun. I was going to say our Funkos.
That's curated too. Yeah.
You know, we're not in the box collectors, obviously. So having them out and just having them in kind of like orders that we put them in, you know, we always change out some in our backgrounds now.
Or seasonally for like holiday decor, you've been doing like seasonal displays, which I think is fun.
Yeah, and just like they keep coming out with new ones that just makes us think of our childhood, and you know, we have so many Disney ones. If you haven't seen it, we did actually post in our Vlogmas all of our Pixar Funkos that we currently have. We'll link that above and below.
Actually, and I'm also going to say Lotso and Baymax. I'm adding an asterisk to our collection because Lotso and Baymax are both underrepresented merchandise characters, and I would say that like I am proud of like the collections that we've curated for two underrepresented characters. That I'm very proud of that merchandise.
This question's good. It says, what are your most wished for Funkos you would like to see released? So this is a good one.
I have an answer.
Go ahead.
E-Boy. I think that E-Boy from the Ralph Breaks the Internet movie should have always been a Funko, and I am sad that there is not an E-Boy pop, so I want that.
So I think we go over this in a lot of our Funko Friday videos because like we see the ones that are coming out, we're like, hey, why haven't you done blah blah blah? But mine is going to be more Disney Prince pops. Also a Lady Tremaine with Anastasia and Drizella. There's still no Prince Philip Funko. There's not a Naveen. There's not a Flynn.
Right?
There's not a Charming.
We really need to underrepresented men.
Yes. So we're really hoping for that. Also,
I love more cats.
More Disney
More
cats.
Disney cats. We were just talking about that today.
They just released the Figaro and Cleo, which
we pre-ordered, so don't worry, we have it coming.
I bought 2 of them because, you know, this little nugget licking herself down here is gonna want to look at herself more.
Mom from Onward, also a great pup.
That would be good.
I could keep going. We could literally sit and talk about characters I want as pups
We'll
all day
just stay within the Disney for now because, you know. And someone just said they want more ranking videos. So if that's something you guys think you would want to see from us, comment below.
And comment on what you want us to rank. Princesses, movies.
They put Disney princesses, villains, Pixar characters, etc. So this one says, if you can go on a road trip with a villain, who would it be and why? Yeah, I guess I'll go with Mother Gothel just because I love road trips where like we just sing in the car. Like when we do road trips, we like constantly are looking for the duet songs where like he's most of the time the girl in A Whole New World. But yeah, I think it would just be fun to like, I think Mother Gothel would kind of like kiki and then like she'll be like, you know, I want to be silent for a couple of hours, and then she'll be like, okay, let's start singing. So I think that would be fun.
My answer is not as creative as yours. I'm just going to say the first one that came to mind. And I'm going to say Cruella just because she drives a car and she drives very quickly, so I feel like we would get to wherever our destination that we're going is on, like, promptly. This is what happens when I don't think about the answers. I just say whatever is, like, on top of my mind, so. Stream of consciousness. Raw and unfiltered.
Ooh, this is a hard one and will probably offend some people. But it says, what is your least favorite Disney character and why?
I have one.
I don't know why I'm looking at our Funkos. Why would we have our least favorite? We wouldn't collect our least favorite Disney character.
I have multiple answers. As a franchise, just because we don't collect it, I would say anything from cars or planes. Like, we don't collect cars or planes. I would say Star Wars is on that list because don't like Star Wars. But, like, more specifically, that's not enough things I don't like for you. I would say I dislike Donald. I think he's kind of a jerk. I don't like how much I don't like his dude. I think he's kind of, I know, and he just said he loved him out of the Fan 5, so like, this is shocking to him too.
Awkward.
But like, I don't like Donald. I just think he's mean. He's always mean to people, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it's very hard because we do like villains, so yeah, I'll just stick with his answer and say ones we don't collect. Ultimate Grail Jim Shore.
I don't have an answer because I don't know what Jim Shores are.
So there's this really beautiful one of Aurora where she is dancing with the owl. And I thought it was a white woodland, but I don't think it is. But it's beautiful. You know, I have a thing for owls. I love Aurora. So that would be... Or there is one that I just saw that is of Aurora's castle. That is a Jim Shore, and it opens, and it's freaking amazing, but it's like $500.
Yeah, I guess I'm not up to date on like releases of Jim Shores the way I am about like pins and Funko, so I don't know what is out there to even choose from. So I defer to Tim. I'll get Tim whatever grail he wants.
Will you?
No, I won't. Not as $500, I won't.
Oh, this is a good one. What is your favorite Disney movie and favorite scene? Those are two different answers, I would say. So my favorite Disney movie is Sleeping Beauty. My favorite scene, I think, would be from Cinderella when she gets the makeover from the Fairy Godmother. Just because who doesn't like when they get makeovers in America's Next Top Model.
And that's like classic Disney magic. Like that scene of her like doing that's like canon.
Yeah, I love that scene.
Favorite movie, I would say probably the Toy Story franchise. Like, so Toy Story is like such a big part of like, if I had to pick one movie to watch like for the rest of my life, that might be one of them. And favorite scene, I would say, is the end scene of Up, when Carl looks through the adventure book and he looks through their lives, like of Carl and Ellie together, and like she says like,
that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
And she said, "This is your greatest adventure." Oh,
I thought it was gonna be the duckling scene in Stitch.
That was it. That was number 2.
Or at the end of Ralph Breaks the Internet with the bunny and the pancake. It's also a good one.
Also a good one. But no, but like that scene of like, cause Up is such a takes you places, but like that scene of like, cause it's such a celebration of like the life that Carl and Ellie had together, but it's also such a really great message of like coping with grief and like looking forward and moving on and new adventures. And so like that dichotomy is like really cool. And something that always, like, I'm always sobbing by that point anyways, so like, it doesn't really matter. So inadvertently there are a lot of questions about this, about like what we like to do at the parks and stuff. And so what's interesting about what we like to do at the parks is that it's changed recently over time. Is that like I used to try to like go in and get like everything done. Like every ride, every attraction. Like I was go and would like park hop. Like my new favorite Disney thing is like enjoying Disney as a resort in the same way that I enjoyed like Vegas and other like resorts, and really see and appreciate things that aren't just the traditional like thrill rides. So like taking more moments of like quiet or like seeing parts of Disney that I haven't seen. So like that's, I think, probably the coolest and my new favorite thing to do, or like on my list, or just do things that you've never done before, because I've already ridden the classics, like I have like, very fond memories, but like seeing parts of Disney that I've never seen before has really been exciting.
Yeah, and it did definitely change, because like we used to like hardly ever like snack or eat.
Yeah.
But like now, shoot, there is no way that I'm skipping out on like pretzels or, you know, like all the goodness that Disney has to offer.
Cause like we would be going all day long. Like we'd be there at rope drop,
Yeah,
we'd be there with magic hours.
We
so
know,
like, we didn't eat.
We know now to make longer trips, and we cannot do it in 2 days.
Right, like
so we used to do it, and that's why like we wanted to cram everything into the trips, and you know.
So now we're doing this on an adult on our own term way.
No, I can't wait to go to Disney. That was about it, I would say. But yeah, if I was to ask Johnny a question, I would say, what do you hope for our channel in 2021?
What do I hope for the channel in 2021? I hope that we continue to make content that you and I go together. I hope that you and I get to still laugh as much as we do, because I have a blast doing these. I was responding to that in comments the other day. I was like, we have such a good time filming together that like when you're like, we loved watching, I was like, it was a joy for us. Like it's a gift for us to get to do this
we always find
together.
new things out about each other.
Exactly. So like that's what I hope. I hope that momentum and energy just continues, because I'm in a very happy place. So like I'm good. What is something that you would like to share that had not been asked by someone else? What is one last final thought that you want to put out in the universe? Or share about Disney, something that you love, something about yourself that you think would be fun for people to know? Like, what is that one thing that you didn't get asked today?
I guess the thing that like jumps out is that nobody knows that I was actually a contestant on Bozo the Clown.
He's a celebrity, people.
And I got to do the buckets. And I think I messed up around 3. It was like an early one, because, you know, I don't do sports.
And if you like watch the Bozo show on WGN in the Chicago regional area, you'll know that like parents would put their kids on the waiting list to be on the Bozo show when they were born, because it was like the Oprah for like kids back in the day.
And they're coming out with a Bozo Funko.
I like that one. I'm glad you got to share that. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Good story time.
So, yeah, let us know if you guys have any other questions you want us to ask, like maybe in a future video, or be sure to follow us both on Instagram, because we do always like do fun like polls and like questions for you guys, and we just share our lives there too.
Yes, and thank you so much for joining us today. We had a blast spending this time and just like doing a new type of video where we just hang out and kiki with each other. So
yeah, so thank you for supporting us too.
Thank you. And if you had a good time, please take a moment to give this video a like. And until next time, take care and be well.
Bye.
Bye.